What exactly is happening inside French politics right now? Why have investigators once again visited the Paris headquarters of one of the most influential global consulting firms? And why is this story attracting so much international attention, even years after the original events took place? Today, we are looking at a development that raises many questions about transparency, political processes, and oversight inside one of Europe's key democracies. France has once again found itself in the spotlight after investigators reportedly conducted new searches at the Paris office of McKinsey, the American consulting company that has worked closely with the French government in recent years. People across Europe are now asking, what triggered these renewed actions? Why is this case returning to the news cycle? Could this influence the political climate in France, or is it simply another procedural step? And perhaps the most important question, what does this mean for public trust in political institutions? Today we will examine the facts, the context, and the next possible steps. No speculation, only a clear, neutral breakdown of the information we have so far. According to French media, investigators carried out fresh searches at McKinsey's Paris headquarters earlier in November. These actions are part of an ongoing investigation into the role consulting companies may have played in the financing and operational management of Emmanuel Macron's presidential campaigns in 2017 and 2022. French judicial sources emphasize that the investigation focuses on how external consulting firms were involved in campaign activities and whether the financial arrangements complied with national regulations. At this stage, authorities have not presented final conclusions, and the process is still ongoing. The renewed searches reportedly took place under the supervision of France's National Financial Prosecutor's Office, which has been examining the case since late 2022. The investigation covers both the potential financial aspects of campaign operations and the broader question of how consulting companies contributed to political decision-making. Earlier actions included searches at the headquarters of Macron's political party, at McKinsey's Paris office, and at the residences of several current and former executives of the firm. French prosecutors stated that these steps were part of routine investigative procedures and do not imply any conclusion of wrongdoing. President Macron has previously commented that he learned of the investigation from the media and said that his 2017 campaign accounts had already been reviewed multiple times under standard regulations. He also noted that he had not personally received any formal notification regarding the case. Beyond the campaign-related investigation, McKinsey was also mentioned in a 2022 French Senate report examining the role of foreign consulting firms in shaping public policy. That report raised questions about billing practices and tax residency issues involving several companies, including McKinsey, and sparked political debate within France. In the current situation, the renewed searches show that investigators are continuing to examine documentation and communications that might clarify the nature of the firm's participation during the campaigns. What could happen next? Several outcomes are possible. More detailed findings may be published by prosecutors as the investigation progresses. Additional searches or interviews could be carried out if investigators identify new lines of inquiry. Political reactions may emerge in France as parties respond to the renewed attention on the case. Legal clarifications may follow, which could either reinforce or dismiss the concerns raised earlier. At this point, the investigation remains open, and officials emphasize that the process is focused on transparency and compliance with French political finance regulations.